Hello everyone, welcome to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. My name is Akon Anabwa, a final year student from the Department of Communication Design. Now today, I'll walk you through the world of art. Art and design are the heartbeat of our campus. Let us dive into our world of talented artists, exploring their journeys, challenges, and dreams. Meet Nana Sapon, a passionate student from the Department of Painting and Sculpture. His journey in art, in the world of art, is truly inspiring. Now let's proceed to his quarters and find out more, shall we?
Yeah.
Nana Sapon, can you tell us your first experience in art and what actually inspired you to pursue painting and sculpture?
All right. So, I think I would say I was born into it because my grandfather was an artist.
Okay.
So I've always admired him from that perspective when I was little. Probably like 4 years old, I started doing like doodlings and stuff. So I think my mom also helped me out by nourishing this found talent that I discovered when I was younger. So I think when I was in class 1, we had an assignment, and I think it was about to draw like a nurse, a doctor. I don't know if you had that same experience. So I think my mom would find a way to doodle it in like very fluent sketches, and then I would replicate it into my own. And then I think that's how. So when I realized I could do that, I found it as a mechanic.
So before you were coming, what were some of these connotations you had from about kind of assumptions you had about the painting and sculpture?
So I think because I took a year out, the mates that I completed with, I think some were already enrolled in painting and sculpture. So I had people who could actually advocate for me or tell me what was actually going on here. So I had a fair idea of what to expect as a painting and sculpture student, and I didn't think it was it.
So I would want to ask you, what art project are you actually currently working on?
So right now I'm working on a few series of works. And this is towards my final year exhibition. So I think with our course, we all have like a grand exhibition at the end of the semester, which is pertaining to the projects that we'll be working on, like your thesis project. So with the kind of theme that I'm exploring in my thesis, this is the outcome of the results of the findings and the research that I've done. So I'm interested in diversity. As you can see, I'm interested in the youth. So the main thing that I'm exploring is the youth. I'm interested in how the youth chooses to express themselves or show themselves in terms of like hairstyles, ornaments that they choose to wear.
And that is what is based on your works here.
So that's what enforces the kind of subjects that I choose to represent in my paintings. Basically that's it.
That is it. Now, I think people watching out there will actually want to know from the first instance that if we talk about painting and sculpture in the first place, is it what we are seeing now, or is there more to it?
So the course in general. So I can say this from my experience as a student in this department. I think the department does a really good job of trying to nourish each and everybody's personal interest. So I think with the first 2 years that you enroll in this particular department, you are allowed to sharpen your basic skills. So maybe there's more of the drawing classes, the painting classes, like just basic skills in art. And then the next stage, which is third year, so final year, in third year, that's when the focus comes to your individual practice. So your individual interest. So it can be sound, it can be painting, it can be drawing, it can be sculpture, it can be performance, whatever interest you are in terms of like the kind of disciplines you want to explore.
That is after 2 years?
Yeah, that's after the 2 years, the first 2 years.
Okay.
And then third year, that's when there's a particular course called professional practice.
Okay.
So that's your individual professional practice. So that's the third year is the stage that you are allowed to explore and experiment with the kind of maybe materials that you come across, whether you want to do things, and maybe experiment with the technique, experiment with the materials. So yeah, I think that's one of the benefits of enrolling in painting and sculpture. So I work with diverse materials like sand particles. So I choose different sand particles to use as a medium for painting. And I also use salt and water. I use a salt solution and ink as well. So as you can see in my works, the patterns that you see in the figures are made out of a reaction that is caused when these two compounds meet. So the ink that I use contains carbon compounds, and the salt solution also contains sodium.
Wow.
They're pretty good.
So which means that you should have a fair idea of
So,
chemical
I'm
reactions and equations and the rest. This is fairly science.
I'm a part-time chemist and a full-time artist.
I want to know what challenges actually you've been going through, the act of you being in the process of creating your artworks. There's some pretty much heavy challenges. I think every artist will go through. Yes, and some of them are not actually fun to
but so here we encourage the challenges.
Okay.
Yes, I think the challenges lead you, or they push you to probe further into seeing what's like you can get or achieve out of there. But I think the whole point of my practice is to challenge myself from the beginning. So come across challenges obviously, because this is like a new technique that I discovered myself, like on my own, experimenting. I used to use POP for my artwork, so I was trying different textures, some smooth, some rough. Choose POP, mix it with sand, or POP and then just acrylic. So I had to do a series of experimentation to see how it will react. So over time I realized that the POP that I used peels off because of its fragile nature. Sometimes those qualities are also embraced if it falls within the kind of
context you want,
concept that you're exploring. So I realized it wasn't a material that I could use for a longer period or as like a durable material. So I had to use other mediums to see whether it works. So that's how I settled on the sand.
Great.
And then the sand too, I have to choose specific sand due to its water absorption qualities.
Now, I want you to take us to the future. I know you have certain goals you want to actually attain in this course. So, what are kind of the goals you want to achieve in the future?
I want to be an artist. I want to be one of the greatest, or one of the great artists that the world has seen. And I can only do this by dedicating majority of my time to the skill that I've been gifted with.
See, others will want to have a passion like you, and they will actually want to extend on them. What actually good advice do you want to give to them?
So I would say the best advice I've had and that has kept me going is the dedication part, or consistent. You have to be consistent if you're passionate about doing the art. Keep on practicing, keep on dedicating whatever you feel like. If you feel like this can get an outcome that might revolutionize something, you just put in all the efforts that you have and then you make it come to pass.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. So we've actually heard it all from Mr. Nana Sample. Yes, so we thank you very much for this quite experience. And not all of us will get the time here to actually go through certain things you are going through now. Yes, and we hope to take this as an inspiration, to take us to the heights we want to get to in arts and whatever aspect of our lives you want to get to.